So many people have dogs. So many people call themselves dog lovers. And yet, so many of these people don't do anything with their dogs. Outside of emotionally loving them when it's convenient for them, when they're tired and they come home and they want to watch TV on the couch, all the things that feel good for us as the human emotionally tends to be why we love dogs. And the thing that's most interesting is like the people that don't do anything with their dogs also tend to not have any rules or structure inside the house or a way that things work and don't work inside the house. You can be impulsive and do whatever you feel like. It's often a free for all. You have access to whatever you want. You can be on and up off the couch. You can follow me into the bathroom. You can go in that room. You can go wherever. You can charge the door. You can bark. Now, some people may hear this and go, okay, what's the issue? I don't see the problem with that. The problem is that when you finally want to do something with your dog, you want to take your dog to that barbecue, you want to go on that jog, you want to go to the park, you want to take your dog to the beach, wherever it is, you finally want to do something with your dog. 9 out of 10 times, wherever you take them, there are going to be rules and boundaries and do's and don'ts. And if we want to hike and I would love for you to be off leash, you have to abide by these rules. If I want to take you to that bar where you hang out, you can't just randomly run over to people and like steal their food and their drinks and knock things over and jump all over people. If we want to take that dog to the barbecue or to the beach, you can't run over to that picnic or those kids and their blankets and start eating their food and doing this. There's a way to do it and a way not to do it. And what happens is the people that don't do anything with their dogs, that also don't provide any rules or structure inside the house for their dogs, try to take their dogs out. And then when the dogs don't listen to the rules and the way to do it, because it's unfamiliar and completely foreign to the way that they live with their humans at home, it doesn't go good. So it actually ends up reinforcing people not doing stuff with their dogs outside of just when I come home and you're available, you're convenient for me, but we're never going to do anything for you. We're never going to provide what you need. We're never going to teach you how to be included in our life so that we can actually include you in things and you can behave and not be stressful. It makes absolutely no sense to me that people live their lives where the thing that they love the most emotionally, their dog, is also the most stressful part of their life. That's just crazy to me. So now you can't do anything with the thing that you love. It becomes a prisoner at home for your enjoyment when you come home, but then that stops working after a while because now your dog isn't getting a sufficient outlet, is being destructive at home, has separation anxiety. When you try to take it for a walk, it goes bananas and pulls on leash. When you try to take it off leash, it's unreliable, you can't trust them, they don't have good recall. It's just this whirlwind of chaos and these people that got dogs for them without considering the responsibility that comes with it to be able to provide for the dog so that the dog can behave and learn how to be included in areas where there are rules and do's and don'ts and a way to go about it and a way not to go about it. There are many people that are able to take their dogs places because their dogs listen and behave. And if they are making a mistake, you can say, no, we're not doing that right now. We're just doing this. When you don't have a relationship and you don't have rules in the house and you have nothing to practice, you try to take your dog somewhere, you try to take your dog to a restaurant and you get embarrassed. And then you never do it again because there's no rules at home. Rules at home and working on seeing progression and comprehension of things at home, of things that initially aren't that good, and then seeing, wow, this is really good. That's what sets you up for success in the real world. And that's what allows you to be able to include your dog in everyday real world situations that aren't necessarily for them. A lot of times when we want to include our dogs, it's not a scenario that's for them. And in order for them to know how to do it and know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, you got to see that they can comprehend what's acceptable and what's not acceptable inside the house. But if everything's acceptable in the house and there are no limits and you have 24/7 access to everything and anything, how do you realistically expect them to be included in situations where they're not going to be allowed to just do whatever they want, whatever they feel like in that moment? They're not going to be allowed to just be impulsive and chase stuff and bark and be included here and go over there. Like, what then? What happens then is you end up leaving your dog at home and their quality of life suffers.